Good evening and welcome back to the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. I am delighted to welcome to the virtual Dominion Energy Jazz Cafe, Liz Terrell and her quartet, bringing us a delightful evening. I've just heard them rehearse and I'm super pumped for this. A great evening for straight ahead jazz mixed with some really creative and entertaining arrangements of some favorites that you'll notice as we go through the night. Later on, Liz, I think we're going to have a little chat and learn a little bit more about this music and this woman and her musicians. Without me interrupting the show anymore, Liz, would you give us a little tune?
Thank you, of course. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Oh, take my arms, I want to lose them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. Tell me, how can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart. Why not take all of me? Of me, why not take all of me? Baby, can you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Oh, take my arms, I never use them. In your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that was Oh, thank you so much. As Robert said, I'm Liz Terrell. I'd like to introduce the wonderful band that I have with me tonight. On the piano, we have Daniel Clarke. On the bass, Mr. Chris Brydge. And on the drums, Emre Kartari. I'm very thankful and happy to be playing with musicians in a room together, all together. It's going to be a really fun night. So that was a tune called All of Me. Next, we're going to do one of my favorite bosses by Antonio Carlos Jobim. It's called Corcovado.
Quiet nights and quiet stars, quiet chords from the guitar, floating on the silence that surrounds us. Quiet thoughts and quiet dreams, quiet walks by quiet streams, and the window looking on the mountains and the sea. How lovely. This is where I want to be, here with you so close to me, till the final flicker of life's embers. I who was lost and lonely, believing life was only a bitter tragic joke I found in you, the meaning of existence. Quiet nights, quiet stars, quiet chords, the guitar floating on the silence that surrounds us. thoughts and quiet dreams, quiet walks by quiet streams, and the wind all looking on the mountains and the sea. How lovely, this is where I want to be, here with you so close to me, till the final flicker of life's embers. I was lost and lonely, believing life was only a bitter tragic joke. I found in you the meaning of existence. Oh, my love. Oh, my love.
Again, that was by the wonderful Brazilian composer Antonio Carlos Jobim. This next song, I'm going to get a little bit of water for, because it's pretty quick. It's what we in jazz like to call a vocalese, which basically means there are some really hip, awesome instrumental songs that vocalists don't often get to sing because there's no words. So what we do is, what the wonderful Annie Ross did is she took tenor saxophone solo from Wardell Gray, and she wrote these fabulous, hilarious lyrics over it, telling this wonderful story. So this is a tune called Twisted. Get my water here really quickly. Because when Annie Ross wrote a tune, she wrote a tune. And to keep up with that tenor saxophone, she had to write a lot of words to go with this one. So, but it fits with the story too. So, whew. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
My analyst told me that I was right out of my head the way he described it. He said I'd be better dead than live. I didn't listen to his jive. I knew all along that he was all wrong, and I knew that he thought I was crazy, but I'm not, oh no. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head. He said I need treatment, but I'm not that easily led. He said I was the type that was most inclined, went out of his sight to be out of my mind. And he thought I was nuts. No more ifs or ands or buts, oh no. They say as a child I appeared a little bit wild with all my crazy ideas, but I knew what was happening. I knew I was a genius. What's so strange when you know that you're a wizard at 3? I knew that this was meant to be. Now I heard little children were supposed to keep time. That's why I got into the vodka one night. My parents got frantic, didn't know what to do, but I saw some crazy scenes before I came to. Now do you think I was crazy? I may have been only 3, but I was swinging. They all left an angry young man. They all left an Edison and also an Einstein. So why should I feel sorry if they just couldn't understand the idiomatic logic that went on in my head? I had a brain, it was insane. Oh, they used to laugh at me because I refused to ride on all those double-decker buses, or because there was no driver on the top. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head, but I said, dear doctor, I think that it's you instead, because I have got a thing that's unique and new to prove that I'll have the last laugh on you, 'cause instead of one head, I've got 2, and you know 2 heads are better than one. Woo! It's a fun little tune. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for keeping up with me. And I scheduled a ballad right after this one, so I'm going to slow my heart rate down a little bit and do a beautiful tune. I'm actually going to feature just myself and the wonderful Christopher Brydge. We actually have a duo, just the 2 of us, called Liz and Brydge. Very, very unique, I know. So
So we're going to do the Duke Ellington tune, Daydream, that was written by Billy Strayhorn, a longtime collaborator of Mr. Duke Ellington. Take a deep breath here. Mr. Brydge is going to start us out here on this tune.
Deep in a rosy glow, the face of my love you show. And daydream, I walk along on air, building a castle there for me and my love to share. I don't know the time nor the I'm in the days. Sun in the sky while I moon around feeling hazy. Daydream, don't break my reverie until I know that he's daydreaming just like me. Bring back my love to me.
Mr. Chris Brydge on bass. Oh, thank you, my fellow bandmates here. I appreciate you. Oh. The first time that they've heard live music, but that they weren't playing. Wonderful. This next song is just a wonderful standard I love to sing about love, so I hope you enjoy it as well. It's called My Foolish Heart.
The night is like a lovely tune. Beware my foolish heart, how white the ever constant moon. Take care, my foolish heart. There's a line between love and fascination that's hard to see on an evening such as this, for they both share the very same sensation. When you're lost in the madness of a kiss, your lips are much too close to mine. Beware my foolish heart. but should our regal lips combine, then let the fire start over this time. It isn't fascination or a dream that will fade and fall apart. Oh, it's love, my foolish heart. Is like a lovely tune. Beware my foolish heart, and how white the ever constant moon. Take care, my foolish heart. There's a line between love and fascination so hard to see on an evening such as this, for they both share the very same sensation. When you're lost in the madness of a kiss, your lips are much too close to mine. Beware my foolish heart, but should our regal lips combine, then let the fire start over this time. It isn't fascination or a dream that will fade and fall apart. No, it's love, my foolish heart. Oh, it's love, it's love, it's love, it's love. It's love, my foolish heart.
Y'all played that song for us. Sorry, I'm so excited about these musicians, you guys. It's so good. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for watching and tuning, and those of you who are still tarrying with us through this concert. We have a couple songs for you, and then I'm going to have a lovely chat with the wonderful Robert, which I'm very much looking forward to. So this next tune, I'd just love to do it, and I hope you enjoy it as well.
mighty lonesome, haven't slept a wink. I walk the floor and watch the door, and in between I drink black coffee. Love's a hand-me-down brew. I'll never know a Sunday in this weekday room. I'm talking to the shadows, 1 o'clock till 4. And Lord, how slow the moments go, and all I do is pour black coffee. Since the blues caught my eye, I'm hanging out on Monday, my Sunday dreams to dry. Now a man, he was born to go a-loving. They say a woman's born to even friend, to stay at home and tend her oven, and drown her past regrets in coffee and cigarettes. Well, I'm moody all the morning, and I'm mourning all the night, and in between it's nicotine and not much hard to fight. Black coffee, feeling low as the ground. It's driving me crazy, just waiting for my baby to come around. Was born to go a-loving. They say a woman's born to even friend, to stay at home and tend her oven, and drown her past regrets in coffee and cigarettes. Moody all the morning, oh, and I'm morning or the night, and in between it's nicotine and not much hard to find. Black coffee, I'm feeling low as the ground. I tell you it's driving me crazy, just waiting for my baby. Oh, just waiting for my baby. Oh, I'm just waiting for my baby to come around. I just keep waiting,
Ooh. Thank you. We have one more song for you, and then we'll take a short little break for me to chat with Robert. Man, I'm just really happy to be with these musicians. I don't think y'all understand. This next song we're going to do is a wonderful arrangement by Chris Brydge. Don't worry about it, man. I need to set it up. Little introduction there, and it's there's a wonderful jazz tune that goes time after time. Well, this is a song called Time After Time that is not that one. It's by the incomparable Cyndi Lauper, and again, this wonderful arrangement is by Chris Brydge.
Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you. I'm caught up in circles, confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights almost left behind. A suitcase of memories, time after sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far ahead, you're calling to me, I can't hear what you have said. Then you say, go slow, I'll fall behind. The second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time. future fades and darkness has turned to gray. You're watching through windows and wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time.
Liz, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I don't know, I'm sure you can see me, I'm just off camera I'll break the secret. I'm falling out of my chair. This is exciting. I'll echo her thanks to the musicians tonight. You guys are really a little party going on in this room with about 8 people. Liz, while the fellas take a break, would you join me for a conversation and a cup of tea?
Absolutely, I'd
Right
be
over
happy
here.
to. Thank you.
Liz, thank you so much for that first set of music. I am floating. I can't wait for the second half.
I am floating as well. It's been, I have not played with the quartet since January. And it's just a marvelous feeling with those wonderful, wonderful musicians. I'm very thankful.
It's been a
they
hot
could
minute
join me.
since I've had a group of musicians underneath me as well. I've performed a few times this year, but I think, with the exception of once, I've been at the piano each time. So I know that feeling. I know how good it is to have some support underneath of you, and I wish I had it too. And I will one day. But we're here to talk about you tonight, Liz, and I'm fascinated by the way that you sing tonight. I'm wondering, where does that come from? Did you study as a vocalist? Did you study something else? Where does your voice come from?
Well, I've always sung. I think it's just one of those, I started singing in church. And my parents, I was saying my grandma always tells the story, like, I knew you were going to be a singer because you were so young, like 4 or 5, and you walked in the living room one day and just went, ah! And then you just put your arms down and just walked out. And she tells me that all the time. It's just a fun reminder and just a fun memory she has. But I guess it's something that I've always done, and I didn't actually formally study, at least at a college or university. So a lot of this has been through personal discovery, trial and error.
A lot of error on
And
my
a lot
part.
of, right, and a lot of private vocal instruction in the last few years, since I've really settled into jazz. That's what I love. It's what I do. I love the improvisation. I love the history of the music. It's just a beautiful, beautiful art form.
Tell me a little bit about that. I mean, I want to know more about your singing, but how did you find jazz? How did you discover it? I started singing in church as well and was aware of jazz, but I didn't really listen till high school.
Right. I actually got into it more through the musical theater route.
Oh.
So you study all of the old musicals, and you hear Gershwin and Cole Porter and Irving Berlin, and they wrote Broadway musicals. They, Blue Skies Smiling at Me, That Someone to Watch Over Me, just these wonderful, beloved standards are actually from Broadway musicals and shows. So in my study in high school, I was really involved with like chorus, and we did a spring musical every year, and I really learned the repertoire there. And it was always fun to do some of the more modern stuff, but I just always found myself landing back on a lot of those tunes. There was just something that really grabbed me there. And so when I started to gig professionally, I did some wedding band things and some cover bands, and it didn't stick. But when I went with the jazz vocalist,
There's a beautiful nostalgia, I think, to what you're describing. The very jazzy musical songs like Blue Skies, which is dear to me.
Yeah.
Quick story, that's the last live performance we did at the museum before COVID-19 interrupted the world. I performed Blue Skies with Rudy Faulkner that night. That was a great one. But those songs mean a lot to me as well. I said earlier, I discovered or started listening to jazz in high school, which is the truth. But as a small boy and growing up, my aunt Alice was a big fan of old movies and musicals, and so I discovered these old tunes with her through film, or just grandma humming them around the house. And I suppose that's where my love for it began.
Yeah, my grandmother actually did the same. We used to have movie night at her house, and one memory I can recall, we were watching Showboat, which has the beautiful ballad, Can't Help Loving That Man of Mine, and just the performance, I can't think of the actress, but she just does the wonderful verse that you find with these, oh, listen, sister. And I was immediately like, oh, it just felt so good. And so it's always fell very natural on my voice too, when I would sing that repertoire and hum along. And
I was telling you earlier, I'm really appreciating the way you sort of touch on a note and then leave it for us to do something with, but you continue telling the story, whatever's happening then, whatever has already happened, and whatever's going to happen. I can hear in each note that you touch with your voice and the way that you do. That light, very clear sound that you produce. Does that come from your singing in church, or is that something that you worked on listening to other singers that you admire?
Definitely more the latter, because something that I think is unique about jazz is there is such a huge storytelling aspect in the improvisation. I don't think I've ever sung this song the same way twice. You go with the moment, you go with the feeling, and so when I really started to settle in and study, and because I didn't go to school for this, I thought I was going to go to school to be a teacher, maybe a music teacher, so I started that process, and then it just never quite fit, so I jumped headfirst into performing. And through just learning repertoire and hearing how these wonderful women would sing, I'm so drawn to Ella Fitzgerald, particularly for her improvisation. She just has so much fun, and Sarah Vaughan and her wonderful haunting ballads, and
I get a lot of Sarah out of you, I think.
Yeah, do you? Thank you.
I was thinking that earlier.
So just through that study and then putting myself in the song, I often pick songs that I can relate to something. There's several tunes that I've listened to and they're like, oh, you should check this out, and I have, and there's just nothing that I have right now for that song, if that makes sense. So every song I can find a personal kind of connection or touch to, and I think that does help with just letting the voice be the voice and do what it does. And through lots of practice too, just when I'm comfortable with the song, and when anyone's comfortable, they can really let it go where it wants to go.
Tell me about, I've been hearing you rehearse, Lonely Woman.
Lonely Woman. That tune was actually brought to me by my bass player, the duo that he and I have. That's primarily the ensemble that I gig with regularly these days. And so he brought that tune to me and is like, there's so much in this song and the space that the bass and the voice dynamic brings. So he brought that to me, and it was one that immediately captured my attention. I listened to, there's not a lot of vocal versions of it. It is primarily an instrumental song, and I listened to Frida Payne's version.
I know
and
that
it was another lonely, just as soon as she hit that note, I was in, completely in. And I think we can all relate to loneliness,
Yeah.
So right away I was like, absolutely, we have to do this. Oh my gosh, we have to and we're going to do it later in the set. I'm very.
That's what I'm getting at. What you're about to
Yeah.
witness with Lonely Woman, when it gets to you, it's coming.
Right, and essentially that whole song is improvised by particularly the musicians. There's a beautiful melody that Ornette Coleman wrote, and the lyrics that they pieced with it are just spectacular. It fits the mood and the emotion of the song because it wasn't originally written with lyrics. The lyrics were written later. And oh gosh, please look it up because I can't think of who the writer is right now on those lyrics. So Lonely Woman, Ornette Coleman, look up the lyricist because they did a fantastic job capturing the emotion of the song and telling a story in it. So
Educate yourselves on that. It is beautiful.
Right.
It is dynamic.
Yeah.
It haunts me even a little. And the way that you all put it together in rehearsal and what I believe we're going to witness on camera in a few moments is something to live with. Audience, I really hope I know you're going to enjoy that. Liz, before we move on and get some more music, we've talked about your voice. We've talked a little bit about how you started from 2 years old in the living room and got to tonight. But what else can we learn about you before we go?
oh gosh, Well, I think everybody can relate to the fact that this year's been very hard. It's just been hard. And so what I hope some folks take away this evening, or just something that I really strive for in music, is connection. And so I am hoping that through this camera, that through this lens, music just brings joy, connection, even in the sad songs, the heart-wrenching, the gut-wrenching, just some sort of like even playing field of humanity, where we can all just come together, speak the same language,
Make
relate,
the world go round.
make the world go round. You guys will get that on your way home.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's really what I hope folks see with me, with the band tonight, and just I hope that's something they take away
I hope
from
so.
the concert this evening. So
I think you have delivered. I think you are continuing to deliver that to us tonight. I know that I'm partying back here, trying not to fall
you're
off this
very fun
stage.
to watch.
I
You are
can't help it,
actually
girl.
getting me through, because it's so different, and I'm really hoping that everybody is. I'm imagining they're smiling and doing this and
Well, they are.
clapping or something, because these wonderful musicians that I'm with, and it's just such a joy to just go and sing again, not in my shower.
Yeah.
Or my living room, or my car. It's been such a pleasure and a joy. So I hope that is coming through.
Well, thank you so much for the conversation. I'm certainly feeling joy myself, and I'm feeling it pour out of you as you give us each song. I don't want to interrupt you any further. I hope you continue to sip on that tea, but I think
will.
you've
It will
got
get
some
me
more
through.
singing.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much.
Oh, I looked at you and suddenly something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the sky. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. You and your glance give this romance too hot to handle. Stars in the night blazing their light. I can't hold a candle to your razzle dazzle. You got me flying high and wide on a magic carpet ride full of butterflies inside. I wanna cry, I wanna croon, I wanna laugh like a loon. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. Just when I think I'm free as a dove, old devil moon deep in your eyes blinds me with love. Suddenly, something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the sky. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. You and your glance make this romance too hot to handle. Stars in the night blazing their light. I can't hold a candle to your dazzle, dazzle. You got me flying high and wide on a magic carpet ride, full of butterflies inside. I wanna cry, I wanna croon, I wanna laugh like a loon. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. Just when I think I'm free as a dove, old devil moon deep in your eyes blinds me. Oh, it blinds me with love.
Oh, thank you. That was a tune called Old Devil Moon. And again, I put a real hip up tune right before a nice, beautiful ballad. So this next song is a beautiful song by Neil Young, and it's called Birds. So I hope you guys enjoy something a little different, something a little new. Again, the wonderful arrangement by Chris Brydge.
Lover, there will be another one who'll hover over you beneath the sun. Tomorrow, see the things that never come today. When you see me fly away without you, shadow on the things you know, feathers fall around you and show you the way to go. It's over. It's over. Nestled in your wings, my little one, is special. Morning brings another sun. Tomorrow, see the things that never come today. When you see me fly away without you, shadow on the things you know, and feathers fall around you and show you the way to go. It's over. It's over. lover, there will be another one who will hover over you beneath the sun. Tomorrow, see the things that never come today. And when you see me fly away without you, shadow on the things you know, feathers fall around you and show you the way to go. It's over. It's over.
Again, a beautiful Neil Young tune. And again, I'd love to just reintroduce these wonderful musicians I'm so happy to have with me tonight. Mr. Daniel Clarke. Please applaud at home, please, as loud as you can so we can hear it in Richmond. Mr. Chris Brydge on the bass, and Mr. Emre Kartari on the drums. We're going to do a fun little blues-ish, kind of ish blues for you next. Another tune I just really like to do, so I hope you enjoy it too.
Everybody knows I'm moaning 'cause of all the trouble I see. Life's a losing gamble to me. Cares and woes have got me moaning. Every evening I'll be moaning. I'm alone and crying the blues. I'm so tired of paying these dues. Everybody knows I'm moaning. Lord, I spend many a days and nights alone with my grief. And Lord, I pray, really and truly pray, somebody will come and bring me relief. Everybody knows I'm moaning. I'm alone and crying the blues. I'm so tired of paying these dues. Cares and woes have got me moaning. I'm moaning. I'm alone and crying the blues. I'm so tired of paying these dues. Cares and woes have got me moaning. Every evening I'll be moaning. I'm alone and crying the blues. I'm so tired of paying these dues. Everybody knows I'm moaning. Lord, I spend many a days and nights alone. Somebody will come and bring me relief. Everybody knows I'm moaning. I'm alone and crying the blues. I'm so tired of paying these dues. Cares and woes have got me moaning. Every evening I'll be moaning. Everybody knows I'm moaning. Everybody knows I'm moaning.
do a little Fats Waller tune for you. I love to sing it because, again, the lyrics are just so clever and so fun. So this is a little song called Honeysuckle Rose.
Fills with jealousy when they see you out with me. I don't blame them, goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. And when you're passing by, flowers droop and sigh, and I know the reason why. Oh, baby, you're much sweeter, goodness knows, my honeysuckle rose. I don't buy sugar, you just have to touch my cup and you're my sugar. And it's sweet when you stir it up, oh, when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips. Seems hot if it drips, your confection, goodness knows, a honeysuckle rose. Oh, every honeybee feels with jealousy when they see you out with me. Oh, baby, I don't blame them, goodness knows, my honey, honey, honey. And when you're passing by, flowers droop and sigh, and I know the reason why. Oh, baby, you're much sweeter, goodness knows, my honeysuckle rose. And I don't buy sugar, you just have to touch my cup, you're my sugar. And it's sweet when you stir it up, oh, when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips. Seems the honey belly drips, your confection, goodness knows. Honey, 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 boom, did it, boom, did it. See when they see you out with me, I don't blame them, goodness knows, you're my honeysuckle rose. And when you're passing by, flowers droop and sigh, and I know the reason why. Oh, baby, you're much sweeter, goodness knows, my honeysuckle rose. And I don't buy sugar, you just have to touch my cup and you're my sugar. And it's sweet when you stir it up, oh, when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips. Seems the honey belly drips, your confection, goodness knows, honeysuckle rose.
Yeah. Woo, another really fun, love doing a lot of Fats Waller tunes, but we're going to do a song that likely some musicians might have heard, but I'm not sure. Everybody may have heard this one. It's a beautiful ballad by Ornette Coleman, and it's called Lonely Woman. And Chris Brydge is going to start us out with this one.
They that listen do not care. Wouldn't wear heartache. She is a lonely woman, no one to cry to at all. Once she wore a smile of gladness. Now on that smile there are teardrops. They that knew her did not care. Wouldn't wear teardrops. They left the lonely woman to wander alone through the darkness. And once she loved a man, don't bother to imagine how she loved him. You'd never guess at all. She never told the secret of her sorrow. And yet there was someone who he had eyes that saw her sorrow. He heard the sound of her sadness. When he called her, no one came. Just the same sadness he calls the lonely woman, but never again will she hear him. I hope you enjoyed that. Just a haunting, haunting tune, and just a beautiful song by Mr. Ornette Coleman there. We have just one more for you, but let me say it has been an immense pleasure working with everybody, our wonderful camera, sound, of course these wonderful musicians, the Richmond Jazz Society, Virginia Museum of Fine Arts, everyone, thank you so much for what you are doing, especially during this time to provide some form of entertainment, some smile, some brightness. And so this next song I really wanted to do during this time because I think it speaks to both the heavy, heavy cares of the world that we are going through, but it also just reminds us that it's people that matter. And so this is a stylistics tune called People Make the World Go Round. So I hope you have enjoyed the evening. It's been a pleasure to sing for you all and play for you all, I'm sure. And we will leave you with this. Trashman didn't get my trash today. Oh, why? Because they want more pay. strike one and raise the fare so they can help pollute the air. But that's what makes the world go round, the ups and downs, the carousel, the changing people's heads around. Go underground, young man. People make the world go round. Wall Street losing dough on every share. They're blaming it on longer hair. Big men smoking in their easy chairs. Hot a fat cigar without a care. But that's what makes the world go round, the ups and downs, the carousel, the changing people's heads around. Go underground, young man. People make the world go round. Yeah. Wall Street losing dough on every share. They're blaming it on longer hair. Big men smoking in their easy chairs on a fat cigar without a care. But that's what makes the world go round, the ups and downs, the carousel, the changing people's heads around. Go underground, young man. People make the world go round. 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 People make the world go
Oh man, Liz. Gentlemen, Richmond and beyond, this has been a night. This has been a night.
Thank you.
This bass right here, I might take it home with me if the fingers come with it. I want to make sure before we give our salutation to give Liz another thank you, to give the gentleman behind the two of us another thank you, to give a shout out to the Richmond Jazz Society. Thank you so much for the work you're doing with us to keep these programs going. And so until next week, as we always say, thank you for loving with us. Thank you for listening to us. And thank you for learning from us. And so from the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts in Richmond, Virginia, this has been the Dominion Energy Jazz Cafe. I'm Robert Fennard. Good night. Great, thank you so much.
And you got to sign off like.